Hey everyone, Sandy here. Welcome to a new episode of Beyond Blessed. I thought I would wear my hat today, my new hat I got. It says, Got Jesus, it's hell without him. Ain't that the truth? Yeah, I like it. So, anyways, in case any of you don't know, Beyond Blessed is about something that God put on my heart rather impulsively, actually, and in my mind about just doing videos and sharing where he is at work in my life and in general, and sharing some Bible verses along with it, just to encourage you, inspire you, and lift you up, and to get God's word out there and make Jesus Christ famous mainly. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm actually going to get started. Uh, I don't think I've ever done a video talking about this before yet. So I thought it would be really good to come on here and do a Beyond Blessed episode of it. So I'm going to start off with recently God has given me a passion to serve, which is very amazing. I love that He's giving me a passion to serve. And one thing that I really wanted to do was, obviously it was, Thanksgiving approaching, and then Advent was immediately starting a couple days later. And I just felt like I really wanted to help decorate the church for Christmas. And I thought I'm very creative. I feel like God has blessed me with creativity. He's blessed me with, problem solving, organizing, and just being so colorful and just yeah. I'm very good with art stuff. So I thought, this could be God using my God-given talent and gifts to glorify Him by helping out with decorating the church for Christmas and Advent. So I was trying to contact the one who usually does it, and I heard that she was, feeling like she might need some help. So I was trying to reach out to her. I didn't hear from her, so I spoke to her relative and actually gave my number and was saying, "Hey, could you please reach out to her and give her my number? And I would really like to help her set up the church for Christmas if she needs my help." And I hadn't heard anything, and I was just like, I wasn't mad at God or anything, but it's just like, I love creative stuff. I love art stuff. Like, I would love to decorate the church for Christmas. It would be a really great way to serve and put my gifts to, good use. And I usually don't like decorate stuff. I mean, I help set up stuff at church sometimes, but I've never done it for Christmas, and I love Christmas. I love Christmas. And so it really didn't work out. And I was just thinking, you're probably thinking, how is this God at work right now? Well, after I hadn't heard from the woman who usually does the decorating for the holidays and such, I actually ended up getting sick for a good week or so. And so I was down for the count. I was not able to go out. I wasn't able to serve like outside my home really. I wasn't really able to do anything. I was like feeling very weak, and I really did not have any energy. I was really tired, and I was sick, and yeah. So I couldn't do it. So all in all, I wanted to help serve at the church by decorating the church for Christmas, and God pretty much put a stop to that. He said, "No, you're not doing that." And obviously, you're probably thinking, okay, why would God put a stop to that? Like, why would God be, how can God be at work when he tells you no when you want to serve? Well, that actually gets into the Bible verse I want to read at the end of this video from Isaiah 55. And sometimes, there's times when we really want something. We really want to do something, and God just, He doesn't make a way for us like He did with the Israelites, with the Red Sea, splitting the Red Sea. I mean, sometimes, yeah, He will make a way, of course, but sometimes He won't. I mean, one thing that comes to my mind was when Paul, the Apostle Paul, I mean, this is completely different, but The Apostle Paul, I remember in the New Testament, he had a thorn in his side, and he was asking God 3 times to remove the thorn to get rid of the pain, and God said no. I'm going to use it for glory, and obviously that happened. But I mean, the thorn was still in Paul's side. There's times when we just want to do something, but God says no. And the reason why I say God is at work is because I'm actually glad, as frustrated and annoyed as I was at first, I'm really glad that God said no, because I wouldn't have wanted to promise to help someone and then not be able to fulfill that promise because I get sick. I would feel really bad. I would feel like, oh, I really need to be there and help her with this, and I can't because I'm sick. I really would have been really, really disappointed about that. And I would feel like I'd be letting her down. So I'm actually really glad that God put a stop to it, that He stopped me from being able to serve in that way, at least this time, because I wouldn't want to get her sick, and I would have no energy to really decorate anything. I mean, even here, I'm not really decorated here at home yet for Christmas, and it's already the 8th of December. But, you know, I am beyond blessed that God said no, because obviously, I was sick, I wasn't feeling well, and I didn't want to promise her something and not be able to fulfill it and help her out. And so I am glad that He said no. I'm glad God said no, at least this time. And, have you guys ever had times when you really wanted something and God said no, and you're just frustrated and you're annoyed trying to figure out, oh, but why? This would be so good, or whatever. I mean, have you ever had moments like that when God said no and you just don't understand why? Well, that happens to all of us, I'm sure. Like many of us, I'm sure it does happen to a lot of us. And I'm just going to encourage you guys, if you really want something so bad and God says no, I know you're frustrated, but please try to hold back your anger, especially from God, because God knows what lies ahead. He knows what lies ahead, and He knows what's best for us. Believe me, He knows what's ahead, and we don't. And so His no can definitely help us in the end. It could be something bad would happen, and He's preventing that from happening by saying no, by closing that door. You don't know why He's saying no, but in time, if you're patient and you just keep leaning on God and you keep trusting Him, like, all right, God, I want to do this. I really want to do it. You say no, and okay, may your will, not mine, be done. If you just have that mindset and that attitude with God, especially when God says no, or when you want to do something, it doesn't happen, just please try to trust God that He knows what He's doing. And in time, if you're patient and you submit to God's will over your own, just like Jesus did in the Garden of Gethsemane, when Jesus was begging God, hey, let this cup pass from me. But obviously that didn't happen. And Jesus still submitted to God. He still submitted to being crucified and dying and rising from the dead. He still obeyed God. He submitted to God's plans over his own, even though he said, God, please, if there's any other way, please make this cup of suffering pass from me, please. I mean, even Jesus dealt with it too, so you're not alone. And I hope that encourages you. I mean, just be patient, and in time, you will understand, okay, that's why God said no. That's why I couldn't do it. Just be patient. So I'm going to end with a Bible verse, well, two of them actually, from Isaiah 55, verses 8 and 9. I'm going to read from NASB. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, nor are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, So are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. Do you love that as much as I do? I know, I say it all the time. I read the Bible verses and I say, oh, I love that verse. I do. I love both of them. I love it. Can you just imagine, though, that God's thoughts are higher than ours? His ways are higher than our ways. In other words, God knows what's up. Again, I'm not trying to be having a sense of humor, but it works. God knows what's up when we don't. Okay? God knows what's up when we don't. So just trust God, trust his plans. Everything will work out the way it's supposed to, the way that God needs them to. There's things that we just don't know is going to happen. There's things that God knows that we don't know. We just got to trust him. It's hard. It's hard. I know it's hard. But believe me, God knows what's best for you, even more than you know, even more than your spouse, more than your parents, more than your best friend, more than your boss, more than your coworker. God knows what's best for you more than anybody, including yourself. So, anyways, I hope that encouraged you. Thank God. Another thing, a little tidbit, that I am beyond blessed that I am not sick. God got me through it. I have more energy. Uh, I am beyond blessed. I am just beyond blessed that I'm not sick right now and have the energy to do these videos and not feel like I want to go to sleep every 5 minutes. So, anyways, I am beyond blessed, and I'm beyond blessed that God says no sometimes. I am beyond blessed that He knows what He's doing. Anyways, um, I just want to ask you guys, do you have any prayer requests? Please leave them in a comment. And where have you seen God at work? Whether it's in the Bible, in your own life, in your friend's life, like with their permission, obviously you can share. But where do you see God at work? Leave a comment. And until next time, God bless always.